one of the things I heard you talking about earlier was um, short film financing. Do you
Yeah.
think that filmmakers should get experience in short film financing before taking on a full-length movie, or is it pretty much the same?
It's there's parts that are the same. I think no, I don't think it's short film financing it does you any good. I think making a short film as a director or producer, if you're new, would help because it's like a day in a film, or 2 days in a film, um, and so you can see that aspect of it. A director can be a calling card, but other than that, you have to have the mindset that you want to make features because short films don't make money historically and really just don't. I mean, that's the truth. It'd be a lottery ticket if you did,
Yeah.
but you don't want to, you don't want to get in that world of short films unless you're doing it for a purpose. As a director, you're doing it because I want to get better. As a director, as a producer, you're doing it because you're saying I want to, see if I can do this for a day so that I can sustain this for a month. But no, as far as trying to raise money for short films, I don't think that's going to help you.
All right. Well,
Because let me tell you that just to add to that, it's harder because you're going in knowing it's not going to make money. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you raise money for that? Oh, they guarantee you this short film will not make it. Short films don't make money. Who buys it?
you just dropped out a minute, Tom.
Oh, yeah, no, I
Uh,
said, I'm sorry, John. I must have cut
sorry,
out.
sorry.
I said, yeah, short films, they don't make money because
Yeah.
who buys it?
This is really interesting. I'm really grateful for the time that you spent with us tonight because hearing it from the mouth of an experienced filmmaker director is really awesome. There's what I think we know and what really is, and there's a big gap between those two things. I think, especially for me coming in to the movie industry. If you ask me about lasers, I can tell you.
Yeah.
But as I'm making this transition, it's very helpful for me to talk to you, and I'm sure that when we put this recording up online, it's going to really help a lot of people as well, especially the new directors and producers that are coming in.
Great,
So,
great.
I know I'm very grateful, and I'm sure they will be too.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for having me on.
Well, moving a bit closer, I'm actually thinking about writing my own script for a
Yeah.
movie that is part of my life story. And I know a lot of people around me who are in the same position. What three things could you recommend aspiring filmmakers do today to get closer to marketing, making, and selling a movie?
So say that again. What three things? What
What
was the middle part of it?
one or two things that should a filmmaker really do to make, market, and sell a movie?
Ah,
Just
okay. Sorry, it
recapping,
went out there.
basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you got to start with a great script. Thinking again from a producer's mindset, um, and then you have to add elements to it that make sense. Meaning, A-list cast. Cast that's sellable, and so again, thinking from meaning what I always say is you got to take your liabilities out of there. If it's this great script and you have this very cool story and you have a great idea of marketing, but you're playing the only role in the movie or something like that. It's something like it's your version of Castaway with Tom Hanks, but it's you and you're a nobody. Well, that's tough, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
tough to do. So you got to kind of take those liabilities out of the film. So I would say get the greatest script you can, try to get the biggest attachments you can, and try not to be insane about that thing. I call them insanities versus liabilities in the book, but you got to take the insane things out of there, and the liabilities you got to try to have as few as possible, and try to put as many things in there that'll try to make it successful.
And having a good cast presumably makes the film more expensive, but does that attract more money?
Oh yeah, without question. I'll tell you an example of a perfect film these days. A perfect film as far as an independent that's going to make money. And it's a movie called The Sessions with John Hoffs. And he plays this quadriplegic and can only move from his neck up. The movie's made for $1 million. I was talking to the director, and it was like, basically what happened is he got a a great script. He was a writer-director. Just great. He writes the story, great script. Then got John Hawkes.
Mm-hmm.
John Hawkes was nominated for Academy Award at Winter's Bone a couple years ago. So right away that added clout. That brought Helen Hunt on. Then that brought William H. Macy on. And then you had, they had Adam Arkin, a couple of other character actors. But the bottom line is, that movie for $1 million could be a test pattern, and it's going to make money based on their names alone. And those people all did that because it was a good script and it's a serious movie. If it was a crappy horror film, no chance. Or a karate action movie. If you're not going to get Helen Hunt and all those people. So then, Helen Hunt gets an Oscar nomination. I think John almost did. He got a SAG and a Golden Globe nomination, I believe. You're guaranteed probably they'll make $20 million off of that movie. At the end of the day. So that's an example of a model to emulate.
Very interesting. Great comments. We've spoken a lot about the films. A lot of your thoughts on financing, and you've mentioned the book a couple of times. Bankroll, a new approach to financing feature films.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about the book?
Well, yeah. That was really putting all of the ideas and techniques down. I used to, in Los Angeles, people would email me and through my website and ask me, hey, can you help me out on my film? And I always was giving back, and I'd go meet them for lunch, and then I'd end up usually paying for the lunch, as they were broke filmmakers or whatever. So then afterwards I said, I got to stop doing this. I got to focus on my own career. I got 2 kids and all that, and so that was kind of the motivation behind it, was to say all those lunch meetings, here's all the advice that I was giving,
And is the book like an ABC 1, 2, 3, follow this step, this step, this step, or is it what is it exactly?
Oh yeah, it is. It's a combination. I think that's why it's so well reviewed, is that it's a combination of practical steps, but also stories of failures and successes, and from myself and other people, and how to so that you can kind of take the road quickest, from point A to point B, and not go zigzag all over like I did.
Okay, and I don't know if you can see my screen at all, but at the moment I'm showing some of the comments that people have made about the book from Amazon, and it seems to have a very positive response from people who have bought it. Do you have any stories of people who have bought it, used it, applied it, and made great films?
Yeah, I get emails probably 1 a week now. When it first came out, there was up to 3 or 4 a week, which was really cool. But I'd still get 1 a week just saying how much it helped change their life and inspire them, and I love every one of those emails. I try to get back to every single person. And gosh, if I asked every one of those to write reviews, I would have 300-400. But I should just have an autoresponder that says, hey, could you write a review? But in the meantime, some credits have started popping up on IMDb, and I don't even know the films or the filmmakers. I think there's one that's like executive consultant, and then there's one producers would like to thank. And I know that that guy is friends with me now. We met at Sundance, and so, but I got credits. I didn't even have anything to do with the film. The only reason they did this is because they read the book. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. I've got a link up for the audience, which will take them automatically to the Amazon page. It's at www.argonette.com/bankroll. So you don't have to go and search for it in Amazon. That'll take you directly to the link for the book. It's I think it was featured at the moment at $17.92. I think $18 is an absolute steal for the amount of information that you're going to give us, I guess.
Yeah, and I got something even better than that. It's and the books, I obviously highly recommend. That's the second edition, but I had a CD online audio course that's sells online, I think $129, but that's the same as an all-day seminar. But I recently put that online, so now you can just go in and listen to it, and then you'll always have it there. You'll have a login and password, and you can always go in and do it. And I think it's like $29.99. So you're only $10 more than the book, and you have the same equivalent. I think there's over 5 hours of information of
right.
of basically exactly what you get in the seminar.
Fantastic. And how do we get hold of that?
It's at bankrollthebook.com, and it should be in the top right corner.
Bankrollbook.com.
No, bankrollthebook.
Or bankroll the book. Okay, I'm just gonna get that down. Bankrollthebook.com. Okay, I'll check that out later, and I'll also add that in. That sounds great. So if I get a copy of all this, or one of the listeners gets a copy of this, this will work. The system that you show will work basically on a worldwide basis, or is it specifically for America?
No, worldwide. I mean, there might be some challenges, I would say, in countries like China and things like that that might have more government censorship and organizations like that. But other than that, it's getting somebody excited about the film, no matter where you are.
Well, fantastic. I think I've got to take a look at both of those and see if I can start raising some more money for my next movie.
Yes.
$20 million sounds awesome. I wish someone would send me $20 million.
Yeah. Well, that's not just one, at a time.
For sure.
Here and there and everywhere.
Well, listen, Tom, we've been nearly an hour. It's been absolutely awesome having you on the call today, and I'm so happy to have met you. And I hope that we can invite you back again sometime. We'll get a bigger audience going, and you can be part of the community a bit longer. I'm putting a lot of stuff together on the website over the coming weeks, and I will certainly include this in it. Really appreciate you taking the time coming on the call. And I don't know about everyone else, but I've learned and discovered so much from you. And I want to really thank you for being my first guest about movies. Not the first guest we've ever had on Awesome FM, but definitely the first guest about movies. And I look forward to connecting with you so much more over the coming weeks and months. And it's been fantastic talking to you.
Great. Well, thank you for having me on. Fantastic.
And Sam actually had to leave. He was in a war zone area. He said he had bombs dropping around him, and he was kind of a bit scared for his safety. So I think he's gone and hiding somewhere.
Wow. Okay. Well,
but maybe you can make a movie about that. That's an awesome experience. Yes.
Wow.
Anyway, thanks for being here, and thanks to everyone for being on the call tonight. If you've got any questions that have not been answered tonight by Tom or myself, you can send them to me at argonanimation@gmail.com, and I will forward them on to Tom to get them answered. Once again, Tom, thank you very much. Thank you to all of you on the call today, and don't forget to get Tom's help with his awesome book at www.argonette.com/bankroll. This is Tim Bennett for Awesome FM, wishing you an incredible day wherever you are. And we have been talking to the one and only Tom Malloy about movie finance.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Tom.